A simple maze, but you are on ice. If you try to go right, you have a chance of actually going right, and a chance of instead slipping and going in a direction around it. So, how do we solve it? One option is to... Honestly, I'm too lazy to even think about it. So instead, we will be making an AI friend to defeat it for us. We will be using a mix of reinforcement learning, cross entropy, and evolutionary algorithm to solve it. We started by creating our environment using Gymnasium. If you don't know what Gymnasium is, it's basically a Python library that contains many games that we can train our AI models on, so we don't have to recreate those games from scratch. Okay, all good. We will get to create our neural network now. Neural network is just a function that takes some input, does some calculation using some hidden layers, and returns an output. And here the input is gonna be the state of our maze, like where is the agent standing, and the output is gonna be the action we should execute. Right, left, up, down. Neural networks are trained by giving them some sample inputs, and what was the expected output or action it was supposed to make. So how do we get this data? In order to be able to think of this, we need to go down to a more primitive example. How to teach a dog to shake hands. You got 3 methods. Method 1 is explicitly telling the dog what to do. Step 1. Hang a shirt with a long sleeve. Step 2. Get on all 4. Step 3. Start shaking the sleeve hand. Result. Instructions unclear and the dog becomes the owner. Wop wop. Method 2. The not so dumb method. Step 1. Have a treat in your hand. From here the dog will start going crazy. He may start spinning around, but you don't want him to spin, so you want to give him a treat. He may start to ask you nicely, but you don't want your dog to talk, so you want to give it to him. He may start biting you, and in this case, it will use the powerful word bad boy. As time goes on, the dog will eventually randomly raise his hand up, and when he does so, you should give him the treat and tell him, good boy. Still, not exactly shaking his hands, but at least you give him a little hint of what he should be doing next. And from here, the dog will start to raise his hands more, but he still wants more rewards. So he may try something different, like maybe pointing his hand back or front, right? And he will eventually randomly shake his hand with you. And when he does so, you should give him the bigger rewards he wants, and by that you can now shake your remaining hand with your... Okay, never mind. Method 3, the evolutionary approach. First, get a bunch of dogs, like really lots of dogs. If any dog is behaving badly, it should be... After some time, kill the dogs who are performing badly. Take the good ones and start duplicating them. Repeat this for a bunch of generations and we will end up with mentally ill dogs who can shake hands. As you can tell, it's nature-based algorithm based on evolutionary theory, and we will be using it. Everything is just 0. So what to do now? The first thing we usually do is to see our data and fully understand it. And really the thing we didn't look at so far is rewards. How is the reward represented? Is it an array, a single number? Is it negative, positive, 0, large number? Could it be infinity? If we open Gymnasium documentation for this game, we could clearly see what the reward is. The reward is just an integer of value of 1 if it reaches the goal and 0 otherwise. So basically an agent dying 2 blocks away from the present and an agent dying in the first 2 blocks of the maze, they both would be rewarded equally with a 0. The only time we get something different is by reaching the present itself, which is quite rare. To fix this, I just added an extra reward based on how far the agent went. So an agent dying closer to the present would be rewarded more than an agent dying away from the present. Yay, the agent looks like he's learning. Well, I guess just got outsmarted. He's just sitting there farming the little rewards I gave him. I think the solution for this is... living penalty. Living penalty is just a negative reward I add per each time step, and it just encourages the agent to finish the maze faster instead of wasting time. I think I accidentally trained him to suicide. Guess I was too harsh on him. Let me adjust the parameters a bit. All perfect, our agent finally learned how to play the game. Yay! So what did we learn from today? First, don't train dogs. Second,
subscribe.